I was not able to locate
I'm just really excited and really thankful.
Okay, at your chair, feet flat.
Something like this doesn't really happen in this town very often, so.
Newark, Ohio is 500 miles and a 9-hour bus ride to New York City. And in 2 days, the Newark High School Sinfonia Orchestra will make the trip to compete for something called the National Orchestra Cup on stage at Lincoln Center.
We are trying to show them that there is a life outside of Newark.
For decades, this Ohio town has been home to a solid mixture of working class and middle class families. But as the economic landscape has shifted, the effects have rippled down to its high school students, even the most promising ones. Senior Tiffany Clay is the first chair violin and concertmaster for the orchestra.
I started playing violin because it was the cheapest instrument to play, the least expensive.
Tiffany is very, very talented, incredibly smart. If I could uproot her and put her somewhere else, she would probably be going to Harvard or Yale on a full scholarship.
This is fortissimo.
But Newark High School is plagued by a troubling statistic.
We have a very high dropout rate at our school. We're one of the top 3 dropout rates in the state of Ohio.
Stop.
For generations, Newark's many manufacturing firms provided steady employment for young people who chose to drop out of high school. But in recent years, mainstay companies have reduced their workforce, and Newark, like so many other communities during this recession, is trying to adjust.
I think kids start out saying, well, as long as I graduate, I'll be fine. And then it turns into, well, if I don't have to graduate, if I don't graduate, I can get a GED. And then it becomes, well, there's always welfare.
Against this challenging backdrop, the Newark High School Sinfonia has had a comparatively higher retention rate among its students. And Sue Larson hopes the Lincoln Center trip will instill in these young men and women a sense of possibility.
None of our students have been to New York City. Many of them haven't been outside of Ohio.
Dresses, tuxes, instruments, everything is in order.
It's $850 per person. It's a lot.
Well, they have irons in the hotel room.
Do you know how to iron?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
My family, we've had a lot of trouble paying the $850. When it's something as important as going to New York for your orchestra, then I'm lucky to have parents that understand that and put money aside for me.
For Tiffany Clay, $850 represents more than 2 months' rent.
My parents and I never really got along too well, and a lot of little arguments kind of just led up to me moving out. I found an apartment when I was 16. Trevor and I live together here. Right now, I'm the only one with a job, so it's really kind of hard to pay for everything by myself.
Hello. All right, I got your 3 junior chili cheese wraps, a BLT, chicken strip sandwich, extra long coney, and a mozzarella stick, and a kid's hot dog meal, kid's burger meal, one with a grape slush, the other with a Powerade slush.
My main job is a car hop or skating waitress, whatever you want to say.
Thank you for choosing Sonic. This is Tiffany. How can I help you? I put ketchup and ranch in the bag for you.
I work anywhere between 30 and 40 hours a week. I get paid $7.35 an hour, which is minimum wage.
Okay, have a great night.
The Sinfonia faces economic strains as well. Budget cuts have forced school officials to trim many extracurricular activities. The group's instruments need constant repair, and their uniforms are tired. The cuts have had a more personal impact as well.
My whole life I wanted to be involved in music somehow for a career. My main goal was to be an orchestra teacher like Mrs. Larson. I understand that if I choose to be an orchestra director and work in a school and something happens, the music teachers are the first to go.
Instead, Tiffany plans to attend a local 2-year technical college.
I chose to major in nursing because I've struggled my whole life and I don't want to have to do that anymore. Every day I wake up and just say, it's not going to be like this forever. And really, I think that's the only reason I kind of just try to keep going is because of tomorrow. I know that, someday I'm going to wake up and not have to worry about everything. Period. I'm just excited to just walk down the streets and look at everything. I would love to travel around the world someday because there are so many places I haven't seen.
But can one moment on stage in New York provide lasting inspiration back home in Ohio?
Anytime you take students on a trip, you're exposing them to culture, to the world outside of the little community we live in. And it's always a good thing.